Let's edit our DNS server entries for Raspberry Pi OS. This applies to 32-bit and 64-bit versions of Raspberry Pi OS. I'll be demonstrating in version 11, Bullseye. I'll cover the desktop environment as well as the command line. My name is Trevor, this is IT Dad, where we level up nerd skills. This video is broken out into the GUI method and the CLI method. We're in Raspberry Pi OS 11. This is the default user Pi and has admin credentials. So right click on the network icon, choose the top option, wireless and wired network settings. Interface should already be selected. Choose your network interface. If you use an Ethernet cable, choose ETH0, and to modify wireless, pick WLAN 0. So click inside of the DNS server field. You'll probably not have any information in there, and that's fine. And you're going to insert the information in the format of IP address 1 space IP address 2 space IP address 3. So the first IP address will be the primary, and the second server will not be used unless the primary stops working. So you only have to have one address in order to make this work. The addresses can be internal to point to a corporate DNS server, or your home router running the DNS service, or a Pi-hole server to block ads. They can also be external, such as Cloudflare, OpenDNS, or Google, or you can combine and mix the two. So I'm going to choose Cloudflare for this. So I'm going to choose 1.1.1.1 space 1, and then that's the primary server. The secondary server is 1.0.0.1. And if I wanted a third option, let's say if I wanted Google, I would do space 8.8.8.8. So you get all your periods in there. You likely will not have a DNS search, so that's fine. You could have that or not have that. Click on apply. If you do not have administrator access, you're going to get an error at this screen. So now that we've applied it, hit close. The system's not yet going to use the information until the DHCP client daemon is restarted. So one option is to restart the computer. You could do it through command line, or you would just choose the menu, log out, shut down, or reboot is probably more appropriate. Or open up a new terminal window and type out sudo service DHCP CD restart. So that's client host configuration protocol client daemon restart. So we hit that, and now the system is going to be using the new information. So we can verify this if we do cat/etsy/resolve.conf, and we can see the 3 name servers that we entered earlier. We can see them right there. In order to reset to the default settings, you'll simply remove the added IP addresses from the GUI there, and then restart the DHCP CD service. Alright, the CLI method. So this is going to use the terminal window and command line. This is good if you don't want to use the GUI or you don't have a GUI. So you need to access your system using SSH, or within the GUI, just click on the terminal icon, and then once here, type out sudo nano/etsy/dhcpcd.conf. Remember, that's DHCP and then client daemon. So that's how you can remember that, .conf. And we have all sorts of information here. We're going to go down to the bottom. Now if you don't have this line here, that's fine. I've configured this Raspberry Pi to go talk to a Pi-hole server. It's on my internal network, so as an internal IP address. But if I wanted to keep that as the primary, what I could do is modify this line. So you're going to have static space domain name servers, that's plural with underscores in between, equals whatever address you would like. So I'm going to modify the wireless LAN 0. And so right under the interface WLAN 0, there's a line, static domain name servers equals, and then whatever you would like. So I'm going to add Google onto the end of this list, and we'll do Cloudflare. So I have one internal address, 2 external addresses. So I'm going to press Control-O to save my file. It's asking if I want to keep the existing name or change it. I want to keep the existing, so enter. So I wrote it out, and Control-X. Our system's not going to use the new information until the DHCP client daemon is restarted. So in the terminal window, we want to do sudo service DHCP-CD restart. Now that the service has restarted, the system will use the new settings. So this can be seen by typing out cat/etsy/resolve.conf. To reset to the default settings, you're simply going to remove the added IP addresses and then restart the DHCP-CD service. That's how you modify the DNS server on Raspberry Pi OS 11. If you need to modify DNS for any other operating system, please check out my other videos. Thank you. Take care.